You don't hit my car or you will report there. Hello people, welcome to my YouTube channel. It is great to have you here. If you're new here, it is nice to meet you. And if you're a returning subscriber, how do I even thank you enough? Like, you've been great. Like, seriously, you've been awesome, supporting me this whole time, and just being there for me. Like, seriously, we are soon pushing 2 years, and in as much as I've not gotten what I want out of YouTube, I'm not yet where I want to be, but I'm just thankful that I have a family that is supporting me. I'm not even very consistent on this street, but yet you guys are still pushing, and you're just like team D, team D, team D. Thank you so much. Like, seriously, thank you. Today I'm going to be doing something I've not really done here. It's more like how do I put it? It's gonna be a story time, sort of, yes, but I'll be throwing in a little bit of travel experience, so it's just a mix. Yeah, so shall we dive right into it? Okay, so like I said, today's video is kind of different. I'm gonna be sharing a story, and then it's a scary story, so be ready. You can even grab your popcorns, grab your wine, whatever it is you have your popcorn with. You can grab your cake, whatever it is you chill out with, yeah, and come, let's chill. Okay, so to start with, this was about 18 years ago, 19 years in 1 month, 19 years in 1 month. We were just there, and from nowhere we were told to run downstairs, like go downstairs, go downstairs. And I was so confused, but I just needed to obey the instruction, like go downstairs right now, right? So we ran downstairs, and we literally had to go without our flip-flops, because it was very sudden, it was so unprepared, and we just had to obey it. So I literally gathered my siblings, because I'm the first of the rest. Yeah, so I gathered my siblings, and we had to dash for downstairs, and we were staying in like 5 or 6 story building. I knew that our building was like very high and stuff, like, well, the Nigerian setting. So but yeah, like in that, and we're staying at the topmost floor. So imagine such a thing happening, and you were there. What is the thing? You don't know, right? I'm getting to that. So like I said, it's a story sharing video, right? Like, it's story time, so chill, it's coming. Okay, so that's how we were just told, oh, run, and we just had to run. Like, we had to head downstairs, and like I said, I had to gather myself and my siblings. I doubt my both parents were home. I'm sure my dad was probably still at work, because my dad was working for, is it 16 hours or is it 14 hours? He was working for a long time. That was when he was really putting a lot of work into his career, and my mom probably would have been engaged with something. I don't even know what she was engaged with. I just remember that they were not home, and were left at home with the person who was taking care of us. I think it was a family member at that point or something. So we ran downstairs, and my siblings, imagine, like, seriously, my sister that joined me on my, like, came a lot, like 2 videos ago, like 2 main videos, not just the shorts. Yeah, my sister that came on my video, anyways, that she was like 3 years. So just check, and I was like below 10 then. So just imagine, yeah, just check, like, we were so young. So by the time we got downstairs, they didn't even, like, they didn't even know what to do. So but they started sitting, they had to sit on the we didn't have like great nice places to chill out, like how it is in the abroad, where you just find some chairs they've actually molded and they've made for people to sit, and we didn't have that. Yeah, so we just had to sit on the soccer ways that we had. So a soccer way, if you do not know, is what is it called? It's like a place where poo is sucked out to stay or something of that sort, or moves into straight from the toilet. So yeah, that was where they had to sit, because their legs were aching. Just imagine kids that were below 5 and all of that. They were all tired and stuff, so they just had to sit there. and until everything was cool and they went upstairs. It was only later I learned that what happened was a bomb blast, which came about as a result of fire that broke out. So basically, it didn't even. The thing is, it didn't even happen where we were staying at that time. It happened some kilometers away. I don't even know how many kilometers. Those of you who are geographers, you can calculate for us. So it was in Ikeja. It took off. It went off in Ikeja, and we were living in Iba Estate as at this time. So just check the distance. Like seriously, just check the distance. It was much. It was a lot for us to feel it that way. Did you get? But we did. Anyway, we just had to run for run for our own safety and everything, and well, just imagine how we had to run. I told you we ran without even flip-flops. Now check people who were living there. What was going to be their own fate? So from what I was told, I heard that a fire broke out. I don't know whether I was in Mami. Mami is a market in the barracks. If you have ever lived in the barracks, the army barracks. That's where army stay. Yeah. If you ever lived there, that's what they call that place. Or navy, even in navy, right? Like in navy environment or in the navy barracks too. That's what they call their markets. It's called Mami. So yeah, like I heard that the fire broke out from there and then spread. I'm not sure if it was from the Mami or from someone's house. I just know that fire broke out anyways, and then that was how it spread. So apparently a month before this time, the head of these army people had already told them, guys, you should arrange this, what is it called, these bombs properly. Like he just came in and they were like, oh, we're just gonna keep it here and later we would fix it, So that's how they left it up until this time. I think they never ever thought that something this serious was going to happen. If not, they would have kept it well. And in the course of people running for their lives and everything, they never saw, like, there was this water that was on the floor. Seriously speaking, I would even think it was just normal water on the surface kind of thing. I would never ever think that there was anything deeper than that, And that was how they ran into that water, not knowing that it was a total, like a very deep swamp. That's how they ran into it, and they died. A lot of people, about 1,000 plus from what I gathered, and then about 20,000 or thereabout were displaced, stuff like that. Like seriously, it was so crazy. I don't even know the right words to use for it, but it was just crazy is the best way to describe it. I remember that this lady, her name is Kenny St. Brown. I think she was under the Kenny's music because she was married to this guy Eddie Montana. I don't even. It seems Eddie sang a song with Tony Tetula. You don't hit my car, or you will regret that. Well, the 90s babies will know this, or like the early 2000s. Yeah. Well. The Indomie generation, you won't know it. Sorry, you won't know it. But yeah, I think they did that song together back then, and yeah. Anyway, Kenny, KSB. I think she's into gospel now, but then she was into secular, as we will call it. She did this song that is called Fabara Reha. I'm not Yoruba, sorry, it's a Yoruba song. I think she was just probably pleading for mercy. I'm gonna find out the real meaning of it and put it in the description, either in the description or just tag it up here in this video. So yeah, she did that song, and she was just singing. It was so touching. I remember, I can't forget that song. Seriously, when I was thinking about this story, that song came to my mind. Just imagine, it's evergreen basically, and so she did the song then for this whole stuff, and I will put the video in the link below so you go see, and you can see like snippets of the whole catastrophe and everything. It was just messy. It was a very, very messy situation. But yeah, I think those army officers, those soldiers were able to learn from that, so that we don't get something like that repeating itself in the history of Nigeria. Through about 14 years later, I was now preparing to go to Italy. I had done my first degree. I was still in primary school, of course, so but by this time I had grown, I had evolved. Yeah. And I was preparing to go to Italy for my second degree, when we saw in the news, like around August thereabout, that there was an earthquake. Excuse me, I don't even know I don't even know the magnitude of it, but I just know that we saw that there was an earthquake, and so my family was just like, oh, thank God you're not there, like you will be affected, nothing's gonna happen to you, and all whatnot. Nobody ever thought that there was gonna be an after, like another one. Yeah. And so after that, I went to Italy like the next month in September of 2016. But the whole of September, nothing happened up until I think in October, end of October, literally. That was when I was preparing. I think I was preparing for a party. So my flatmate, my flatmate was, she's not Nigerian, but there were other two ladies living with her, which is myself and the other lady. So she insisted that we would come for this party. They had an end of the year party, which she wanted us to come, and I think they were told to invite people, other people to come experience their culture and all whatnot. I wish I had the picture. I don't even know how come I don't have a picture. I don't have any clip, nothing. I went to my Google Photos, but I couldn't even check. I couldn't get anything. I think I lost most of the stuff that I got and I did at the party. So anyway, so I was basically my stuff, like in my wardrobe, right? This in my wardrobe, yeah. My stuff will normally be, the places where in the place where I can reach it. My stuff will normally be in the place where I can reach it. But because it was not like it was a party, like I said, so I needed to look the event, basically, like saying Naija no dey carry last. So I wanted to look good for the party, and the things I wear, like on a daily, that's what I was trying to say. The things I wear on a daily are normally down, like just the place where I can reach them easily, including my Sunday wears, yeah. But because this was a party, like I've said, I needed to dress like the dressy things, the summer stuff, those things that will make you look all gorgeous and all ladylike. They were up, like those my dresses were actually up, like in a suitcase. So I needed to reach for it, and we used a ladder because, like I said, it's high. So I was in the course of getting my stuff, I just noticed that the light in the room just started dangling. The light is this kind of very decorative, exotic, this very fanciful, I think that's the best word, this very fanciful light that you have to like you just see it and you just fall in love with it. Basically, it kind of wants to look like lace, very beautiful. Anyway, so that light just started dangling like this. And when I looked at it and I saw it dangling, nothing came to my mind. I'm serious, nothing came to my mind. Like nothing, absolutely nothing came to my mind. I just had to now look at her. By the time I looked at her, she called me and she said, "Earthquake, run." Like I jumped down from that, what is it called? And then I was already shaking. To be sincere with you, I remembered 14 years ago, and I was like, not again. I was just like, not again. Then I also remembered the news, yeah, and I was like, oh my goodness. Funny enough, my dad had just come to Italy and left. Like, he just came to check on me and he left. Like, seriously. We did, like, the thing is, I never even expected it, and like I said, it happened that time and I was just like, oh, thank God I wasn't there, and that was it, and we just moved on. Nobody ever thought, oh, something like that was going to repeat itself, only for us to just be there and there was dangling, then run, and it happened over and over again, and the magnitude was as high as 7.8. 8 points, I don't know if it got to 8 points, but I know it was up to like 6 points, 7 points. These are very high magnitudes of earthquake, because that building at this time we were staying in a bungalow, so that building was it was not so high, but it was thick. Have you seen Italian buildings? Like, I was told that it was the black people that they carried off for slave trade that helped in building. If you see there, it's solid. It's not just anyhow. And if you see, for those buildings to be shaking like this, even the floor, when we ran outside of the, what is it called, outside of the house and went to the ground, it was also shaking. My God, I was terrified. I won't even lie. I was just like, God, I'm just even coming here. What am I going to say? Like, is this gonna be the end of me? Do you get? A lot was just really, going through my mind. And yeah, that was it. Like, that earthquake was so serious. A couple of schools closed down, and it happened in the central part of Italy, which consists of the Umbria region, the Marche region, I think the Abruzzo region, and then I've forgotten the one of this other side, the one where what is it called, Firenze, and the other Sicily, I think. I don't know if those ones were part of it anyways, but I'm very sure Abruzzo, Umbria, and Marche, they were part of it, and it was very bad. It was really, really bad. I don't even remember how many deaths were recorded, but I know it was bad because, a couple of churches closed down. A couple of churches closed down. In my city, I remember a couple of churches closing down. There was one city, but later on I moved from that place where this thing, to the center with this same lady, and and her. I saw there was a particular church right very close to us, and I think they called that street by that church or something. That church was closed down, and it's because of the earthquake. Do you get? So the thing is, I don't even know which one of the earthquakes closed it down. If it was the earthquake of the August earthquake, because there was one in August, I think 24th of August or something, before this one in October 20th or 30th of October, something of that sort, and yeah, like, schools closed down. I mean, people moved out of their homes. I remember they camped us, they in my city, especially in my city, they actually created a camp where people will come, stay, and just feel safe. But because I didn't have Italian friends as at that time, I was just like 1 month there. I had already started talking to my classmates, but I don't think we had bonded to that point. The only person I really knew was this lady, and she said she was not going there for any reason. She also has a baby, so she was like, she's not going, that if I want to go, I should go. And I was not used to no one, so I just said, no, I'm gonna stay here. If she has the mind to stay, I think her mind can serve the both of us. I think her mind can serve the both of us, so that's how come I stayed, and I didn't end up going. So, well, yeah, they closed down schools. Schools, yes, as well. I mean, my school closed down for like 3 weeks to 1 month, and before we had to, by the time we were reopening, the rector or thereabouts of my school had to come assure us that the building was safe and nothing was going to happen. Yes, because I think there were even cracks in the building in my school. Yes, even in some people's homes, there were serious cracks that the building looked as though it was just gonna fit, like, go down, once anything of that sort happens again. And there were some that actually went down. Like, I remember going to Tolentino. It's a city in the Le Marche region, which is where I studied, and Tolentino was like very, very, like, many places were ruined in Tolentino. Many places. Camerino is another school. So my school was University of Macerata, in the city of Macerata. So I don't know if there was any school in Tolentino, but the one I remember very well that there was, like, was the University of Camerino, because I had friends that we traveled together to study. So they had to be moved out of their school because their city was also really affected. Yeah, like, affected to the point, like, they couldn't stay in the hostels. Like, they had to take them out of the hostels and move them to a hotel. Like, that place was actually more safe, and they felt like they were gonna have them in a closer, like, in a close range, closer than when they were all scattered in their hostels. So yeah, like, I think they were closed for like a month or thereabouts. Unlike we opened before then, because like I said, our city was affected, but not like theirs. And I think also Perugia was also really affected because it was in the epicenter. I remember that 6 months after that or thereabout, when I was going to Perugia for what is it called, for Easter, and I was just so excited because it was my first time. So I was so excited, and I was seeing it in class. Like, the professor was like, "Oh, so what are you guys been doing for Easter?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm going for a break. I'm going to Perugia. I'm going to Umbria." She's like, "Is that not the epicenter?" And I was like, "Yeah, I know it's the epicenter. Yet I'm going." Like, I mean, we're already here. We're here. If I was absolutely, if I was to be scared of, or to be, pushed away by the earthquake, I shouldn't have even come in the first place. That's what I was just saying in my mind. So I was like, "Yeah, I know it's the epicenter, but I'm going anyways. I'm going." So yeah. I think even one of my mates was saying that, but I really didn't care. Like, I mean, those people there, they didn't die, right? I will also go there. I will not die. Nothing will happen. It's on God. So, anyways, yeah, that was what happened, and it was so scary. I told you that my dad had just come to check on me to know if I was okay and everything, because it was just crazy. That particular city, I knew no one there, so I had to make friends from the ground up. Like, I needed to meet people from the start, and I really met like great people. Like the lady I said I was staying with, she was the first. She's not the first person I met, but yeah, she was very great. She was very gracious, very very gracious in terms of accommodation. I met my professor, whom I spoke about in my I think I put it in my post on LinkedIn, on Instagram, yeah, and I always talk about him. Yeah, I met him then. I actually met a couple of nice people, but that experience was really scary. There was even something else happened that same year. On my way to Milan, I was going for Christmas with my family friends. I was going to spend Christmas with them, and there was this terrorist they were searching for. It's like he came in from France or something of that sort, and they were just looking for him. And apparently, they caught a train that was headed to Milan. So my dad was like, "Are you sure you're not in the same train with that guy?" I don't know. I don't know if that was the situation, but I just know that I was safe. I was safe. Yeah. So yeah, you see, like I said to you, it was this, and I didn't come here to tell you one of those very sweet stories. It's a very sad story, or they are very sad stories, but I think you can pick one or two things from it. Like my dad normally says that when, like, here in Nigeria, we have the human disaster. Meanwhile, abroad we have the natural disaster. I mean, that fire that broke out was not. It's not something that happens every day. Yeah, fire could break out, but for it to not involve a bomb is not something we actually experience every time. You get, in as much as yeah, sometimes we get floods. I think there was even a time that rain fell so much in the city of Lagos, and on the island, people were really, really suffering because water came into their homes and stuff like that. But these are not things that we get on a daily. Unlike the abroad, where you hear of Hurricane Katrina, Hurricane whatever, Carolina. I don't know if there's anything like that, but I'm very sure of Katrina. Floods here and there in Asia, Philippines, and then, okay, is it Philippines? But I know in Asia, anyways, there are always flood, tsunamis. You just hear that the molten magnet of one mountain has started melting and killing people, and coming out to the roads and melting away cars and houses and stuff. Like, these are things you don't always hear. Or the floor is, the ground is, I mean, you don't want to experience this earthquake. I don't even pray for my worst enemy to experience it. You don't want to experience it, because the thing is, there's no place you stay that is safe. You come out of your house that was shaking, and you were God, you were going with the flow. You run out to the ground, like outside, and that place is also quaking. You don't even know what to do, if to lie down there or to sit down or to keep running. Where are you running to? Where are you running to? Something that is literally moving the ground from, oh my goodness, like, gosh, I can't even explain it to you. But yeah, that's just that about that. So in case you want to travel, just have this in mind, that stuff like this could actually happen. And I don't know if I can say you should try and avoid it, because most places are prone to these things. Most places, like in Italy, they've had a lot of earthquakes. Okay, imagine in 1 year. That the thing is, that earthquake kept happening. There were even some times that I would be on my bed and I'll just notice my bed moving. What do you want me to do? I want to sleep, please. I can't keep myself for earthquake. I should not start running out. Sometimes I will just, especially when I don't feel like it's so heavy, I will just stay there. Do you get? I will just sleep. I mean, who did I kill? I don't keep person. I don't keep person. Nobody go disturb me. No, as in, seriously, I don't keep person. That's just it. So, that's like, seriously, like, that's just something, I mean, so I don't even know if to say, oh, try and avoid it, because you don't know the history of that place. You don't know. Apparently earthquakes have been happening in other parts of Italy before this time, and imagine 1 month before or 2 months before this, it had already happened, and I was feeling, oh, I'm safe and everything, only to get there and the same thing was repeating. So you never really know. Well, it's still good for you to check, because that was something I didn't do, before I traveled. I didn't do a lot of, underground studies. I didn't really study about the place. I didn't even know what it was to study about the place, because my first travel experience, everything was done for me. I was below the age of 18. I was below the age of 18, so I knew nothing, and everything was just done for me. Like, my dad and his crew just handled everything, and I didn't have to worry about anything. I just needed to be there and go to school, basically. Unlike this one that I was involved. In fact, like, I was literally the one doing everything. I think the only thing my dad, was really coming in, when it has to do with the sponsor and all of that. But I was very involved in this other process. So that's one thing I didn't do, and I fault myself for it, because I think if I had done my studies, then I should have known that, this earthquake is not something that just happened. It's been happening. You get, like, they have a history of it. So yeah, well, thank you so much for listening. I hope this isn't too long, and I hope you were able to pick one or two. I don't even know how come I was laughing on, because seriously, if you people were terrified. I was terrified though. I was like, maybe this is the end of my life. Let me not go back anyways. But the fact that I'm even playing and laughing, I think is just God. Like, seriously, I think that whole fear and everything is just off my mind, and so that's why I can laugh about it and I can joke around about it and stuff like that. But it was not funny. Anyway, thank you so much once more for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for sharing my videos. Thank you for everything you have been doing to move this channel to the permanent site. I am 500 people away from getting to 1,000 subscribers, and I need your subscription to get there. I can't even I can't get paid until I get to 1,000 subscribers. So for those of you who say, oh, I've not been getting money, don't they pay you? Yes, I can't get paid until I get to that point. Also, I need to get about 4,000 watch hours. I don't even know if I'm up to 8,000. Do you get it? Like, I have a lot to do. So please, and please, if you enjoy my content, why do you want me to beg you? Why do you want me to cry before you subscribe? I need it for real. And for those of you who are also confused, I get questions like that. Are they going to take my money? Am I going to be paying for anything? Bro, sis, you're not paying for nothing. It's absolutely free. The only thing you're going to have to pay for is your data when you go to watch. If you're not watching, there is nothing. You're just going to get notifications when I post. And that's it. I barely even do, what is it called? I barely even schedule my videos because it's data consuming. Yeah. So, I mean, I just really need to grow. That's all I'm begging. That's all I'm begging for. I mean, and some of you even came to me in my last video saying that, that you loved the work I did. That work took money. Let me just tell you, it was not just a one-man job. It wasn't me alone. That's number one. Then two, it took money. It took time. It took a lot. I shot that video since November, almost a month ago. But see when I'm putting it out. Yeah. So, like, seriously, I need the money. I need to start making money out of the YouTube. you get, so that I can put it back in. And those of you who do not know what coffee is, it's okay, well, it's just something for you to use and support me. It goes as low as €3, I think, and if maybe euro is too high, I could bring it down to dollars. I think dollars would be lesser. So it's just that I'm used to the euro based on the whole European travel experience. So that's just a whole. You guys, I really need this. I really need your support. I really need your support. If you cannot support me by funding me, it's fine. Please do subscribe. Just subscribe, comment, be engaging. Those videos you enjoy, don't watch it and just keep quiet. Don't watch it and then go back and you won't even know when I post. You won't know nothing. Okay, I do not really enjoy spamming you guys, but that's what I can do for you to know that, oh, Debbie has put out a content. Anyway, this has turned into a whole sermon and I never planned for it, but thank you so much. I really appreciate you, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye for now.